Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. The line. In the last one, Nagito died. Nagito died. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm still reeling a little bit, just a little bit, teeny tiny bit, just like oh yeah, you know. Yeah, you know, I gave myself like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was probably more like 20 minutes. But just think, just calm down a little bit, and I am so disappointed in myself that I have already come to the conclusion that I kind of miss him a little bit. He's barely even been in this chapter! To be honest, he's kind of barely been in this game. Like, chapter 1, he was pretending to be someone else. He wasn't there for half of chapter 2. He wasn't there for half of chapter 3 because he was busy dying. He was there for all of chapter 4, and he's barely been here for chapter 5, but holy hell. Oh, Nagito. I can see why he's popular. I can see why he's a fan favorite. He really did, bring something unique to the table, and, this. That is shocking. Really is, you know? And that gives you points in these games, right? Amongst public/fan opinion. You know, I realised I didn't actually check my pet. I know I didn't do too much walking around, but... Did you poop? No, you're all good. Anyway, how you doing, Sonia? If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial. Then we can think about what will happen after. It's a good call. Not very helpful at all, but a good call. Yeah, one of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Yeah, you guys really are helpful, aren't you? Oh man, I wonder, is there a Monokuma in here? Oh, there's almost gotta be, right? I mean, I see you. Like... Oh, Chiaki! She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. And what happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire. Were they set to go off at 7 o'clock? I actually don't remember what time they were set to in Danganronpa 1. Never mind, the joke didn't work. You can see a girder next to it, right? There. Can you see that red streak? No, it is pink. Huh? Okay, that's interesting. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. Is that blood? Blood? The colour definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Yeah, I mean, it's directly above her, right? So, like... Was that it there? Can I faintly see that there? Yes, I can. It's right there. It's, like, directly above this? But I don't really know what that means. Is that, like... So, I mean, it'd be similar to say, oh, dropped on him from there. But, like, why would there be blood up there, then? Curious. Curious. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches zero 2 days from now, What's going to happen? What's going to happen? The rotten school trip is going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends. What do you mean, something? A battle to the death between all of us? He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that? I don't know. This is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Well, then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Oh god, right. This way to get to Akane. It mattered for Gundam's killing, and for Mikan's. But it looks like it's different this time. Doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! It looks like the time doesn't matter. You're right. It's in the Monokuma file. Good observation, Akane. It's clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it wasn't noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now, it's 12:30 p.m. Thanks, Minimaru. So it also has a clock function. That means Nagano died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill! Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, it was around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, we didn't get evidence out of it, but that was somewhat helpful, Akane, thank you. Well, there are apparently 4 things on the floor. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, where is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, there it is. It's a lighter. Okay, well, this is obviously what started the fire. Ah, this is... It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. Is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So, using that, the curtain was set on fire.
Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You're right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire.
They caused a fire to destroy evidence? It's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set a fire to their crime scene, but... Yeah, did it destroy anything? I suppose that's the... In fact, it kind of led us here, didn't it? Fire grenades. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... Yeah, probably. Is Sonia left-handed? Also, Jesus Christ, I haven't really looked at this. Chiaki, how are you throwing like that? And Kazuichi, how are you throwing like that? Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Oh, it is literally not even evidence. Oh, those are the fire grenades, not Oh my god. I don't want to look at Kazuichi's jank hand. Get that away from me. Disgusting! Kazuichi looks deranged half the time. Look at how tiny his pupils are inside his massive fucking eyes. There we go, Monokuma plushie. Yeah, that suddenly caught my attention. Monokuma's dead! There's blood coming out of his stomach! Hey.
No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead.
Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory?
If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you.
You're a stuffed animal too.
No, but oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. Well, what are you calling oversized garbage?
Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed, and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Should we try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
I had nothing to do with that.
Huh?
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma!
You know I suggested this last episode. I kinda am getting the vibes that maybe Monomi killed Nagito. Looks like those annoyances are gone. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I just feel like we can't bring comic relief, or like that extreme of comic relief into the final chapter, you know? Because like that's kind of all Usami is, well, Monomi is at this point, right? Like, haha, Monokuma funny. Okay, I mean, I didn't really, didn't really say that quite as effectively as I wanted to, but you know what I mean, right? Sort of like how I've said that Danganronpa 1 and 2 have used, like, Chapter 3s in particular to clean up characters they don't need. I kind of feel like they might do that with Monomi, but it's also like, whoa! Monomi! Whoa! And that's an extra layer on Future Foundation bad. As, you know, which then gives us time to turn around and be like, Future Foundation's actually good! So, I don't know, that's I don't know, that's kind of where I'm sitting on that. It's kind of weird how she'd try and turn us away from evidence and, I don't know, just the way she's talking. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Yeah, me either. Yeah, no, not a clue. Yeah, no, yeah, you lost me with that one. Alright, gonna check out Nagito himself. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No. Now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. We need to focus on the investigation right now. Jeez, we haven't had Hajime get that sentimental since Mahiru died. Jeez, that was 2 whole chapters ago. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Well, how much have we got? 5 things, apparently. Well, let's start at the legs. Or feet, apparently. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. Aside from the fact that his arm apparently, his right arm apparently isn't. But it has been stabbed into the ground, so maybe that's why. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his leg are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? I mean, this is quite clearly a torture thing, right? But, like, why? Why would the killer do something like that? At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. Killer must have been on a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. Yeah. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? True. If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds were all over Nagito's body from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? I mean, maybe, but we seem to know that Nagito had a lot of... here we go. Nagito had a lot of extra information, right? Information that Monokuma gave him, mind you. So that sort of casts doubt in my mind on Monokuma being the one who killed him. But potentially information that Monomi might have wanted from him. I mean, this is a bit extreme, but, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Well, even as this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagito. Well, to be fair, who doesn't? Refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. Okay, thanks for that one, for you. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Hey, we have a secret psycho amongst our midst. I mean, we already played that card with Peko, but... Oh, and a kind of Mikan. Oh, no, there's two things here. Rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with a rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Oh, that's a good... Well then, seems to me that was, like, somewhat purposeful then. Like, that wasn't just an accident that was caused by the fire, you know? It seems to me like... I don't know, maybe that's got something to do with why his hand is stabbed into the floor? Maybe, like, when whoever was trying to tie him up, Nagito, like, struggled? I mean, if, you know, you can keep the lighter on or whatever, and... I don't know, man. Maybe to keep him in place, the killer just, like, stabbed his hand into the ground. I mean, to be fair, he probably didn't have to, but with a free hand, you can untie your shit, you know? Or at least on his arms, maybe not his... Well, he could probably reach his legs from there. Or the rope on his legs, of course, you know? I mean, I'm fully aware that not everyone can touch their toes. I know I can't, but that's not really for a lack of length. It's more so because I just can't bend at the waist. Yeah, no, I don't exactly know the specifics of that, but then I'm gonna guess, take a guess, that the rope wasn't burnt in the fire. Burned rope. Yeah, the knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Oh, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife. Just like in Danganronpa 1.
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife.
Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand.
And then, they finished him off with the spear.
And does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons? A knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why do they need to use a spear at all?
You're right.
Well, I mean, you know, as I said, if they used the knife to stab his hand into the ground, well, oops, they don't have a weapon anymore. That is definitely strange. Although, again, if he did die of blood loss, as I'm guessing, was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife. So what's next? We have a face, spear, and backhand. Well, let's look at the backhand first, and then we'll look at the tape on his face. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. It's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. And regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
There's something strange.
Strange... what?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think the blood is from where his left arm is sliced, but... doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered.
Well, that would explain the blood in his palm, but...
There's something else that's strange?
when you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, here there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger.
You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
Yeah, sure. You win. Okay. It's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Well, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm pretty sure it's just as simple as that Nagito had his hand, like his fist clenched, right? Like that, obviously you can't see it, but I'm doing it right now. Like, with my left hand and all, it'd be very easy to just, you know, get the blood to splatter like that if you're holding your, not holding, clenching your fist. I don't think it needs to be any more complicated than that, guys. Blood on the left hand. Let's look at his face, then we'll look at the weapon. Man, I leveled up for looking at Nagito's face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help? Oh, jeez! What a horrible look on his face! Blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him.
Got a minute? Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. There we go.
Shaggy moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. In one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine! You're gonna get cursed! Messing with the dead!
The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
No, it's no use. She's not listening.
Hey, about the blood splashed on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's blood on the duct tape as well, isn't there? So, I mean, if it did come from his left hand, then, I mean, whoop-de-doo, the duct tape was over his mouth when he got his arm sliced. I mean, that might be useful if we're doing, an exact order of events sort of thing. Which, I mean, obviously we will, but, you know, if that's a key part of the trial, getting everything in order, then I think that's all that's really going to be able to prove. What's wrong with that?
The duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Seriously, what's wrong with that? Which means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? No, I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back over his mouth already.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there is definitely blood on that duct tape. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. Duct tape. Yeah, I'm not exactly seeing it yet, but a spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach.
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange-looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear.
Is this your first time looking at this too?
Yeah, of course not. This is the Spear of Gungnir, right?
You definitely just came up with that now. Yeah, I don't remember those spears having the little whips on the end, Monokuma. Jesus. God, and you should know, you were the one who killed Mukuro with them.
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it in Nezumi Castle.
Yep.
What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice. Damn you all to hell.
I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Which is kind of what we suspected, but yeah. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. Oh, baby. The fact that Monokuma didn't know what that was, but Monomi didn't show up to be like,
Oh, what is that?
oh, Monomi! Oh, Monomi. It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Okay, well, good thing I did this last then. In that case, this is Nagito was probably holding this then, right? Why, though? Why was he that would explain why there's blood on it, too. And, like, just on that. Because, like, slice his arm. All up this. All over his hand. It's a big why, though. Why is he holding it? Why would he hold it? Yeah, I don't know about that one. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Or now! We're done with Nagito. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Yeah, this is easily the most brutal body discovery we've ever had. And Chihiro's was pretty bad, which was the last time which was my jaw-drop moment in Danganronpa 1, if you haven't seen that. Oh god, I was not expecting that. And, oh my god. Let's not get into Gentle, though, from Ultra Despair Girls. That made my jaw hit the floor. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me. And one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, he wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that. There's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So, what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright. I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. So what, like, pull back a bit? Leave here? Yes? Ah, okay. Well, I mean, we've moved, so I guess we're gonna have to tour. This isn't no, it's not. Hidden Monokuma. It is not a Hidden Monokuma. A bunch of books taken over each other apparently contain Monokuma's poetry and photos. The sprinklers completely soaked them. I can't even turn the pages anymore. Oh, well, it's not like I'm missing much. Yeah, probably true. The random stuff on this side as well. Yep. And then we'll talk to everyone. All these CDs. All copies of Monokuma's music. You should have been burned too. Yeah, okay, well, I guess we'll talk to everyone, then look at the 2 things in here. What, that? Is that a radio? It's an MP3 player. Okay.
Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an important clue here, we might not be able to notice it.
But it's better than the warehouse burning to the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You're right.
I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy.
Miss Sonia's all wet. She's all drenched and soggy.
Oh my god. See, what was I saying about Monokuma being horny? About everyone being fucking randy sons of bitches in this game?
You were thinking that, huh?
I wasn't thinking that at all!
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime.
You're screwing with me!
Oh my, screwing. How lewd.
Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes! I only imagined it for a second! Ooh, Kazuichi, no. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. Yeah, well, thanks for that game. Oh, great evidence. Yeah, don't worry, we're just silently judging you, Kazuichi. It's fine. Well, even though I did say I was gonna friggin' kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Don't worry, Kazuichi. I think I believe you. The thing about that countdown after we live through the class trial. Oh, wow. Fuyu, you have nothing new to say? Oh, god damn it, man. Sonia. Looks like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey, Sonia. Do you have a minute?
Yes? What is it?
I want to talk to you about that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. About when that fake bomb in the blah, 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 blah. Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right?
It is all right. It is not a bomb.
Yes, you did say that. Why did you know the bombs were a fake?
Well,
That's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you, and what were you doing during that time?
oh my.
Okay, I mean, I did pick her up on this last episode as a #1 suspect. But hey, the fact that we're covering it here almost certainly clears your name, Sonia. Look on the bright side.
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus! Shit! You son of a bitch!
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I love her. She's great. Oh, there's something just... Like, I'd hate to see her cry, but there's something absolutely adorable about her. Like, oh my god, it's so shallow, my love of Sonia. But, like, I really like her. Oh, man. Just because she's funny. She's not, like... I mean, in story-wise, she hasn't really done too much. if anything. But like, oh man, she's adorable. She's the comic relief I really like. Okay, it's so simple and it's like the same thing over and over again. But like, I find this really funny, you know. Sorry, Akane. I don't find your shtick funny. This though. This I find funny. Oh my god. I can't believe I... Sorry, let me try that again. Jesus! Shit! You son of a bitch! Sonia? I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain it to you. Why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh? Okay, it was something like that then. At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered. And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. You did? What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. Oh, actually a good idea, Sonia. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to that ancient ruin. But it didn't go so well because it was a firework. Oh, hello. I see you down there, Usami.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was
Ah,
also
okay.
secretly peeking at the bomb.
Ooh, Monami getting involved once again. If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Right, because he actually managed it. That bomb was real and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. Yeah, thought had crossed my mind. I mean, there was no reason to believe that he was lying after this, right? Very well played from him, though. Like, everything... Of course, you know... The fact that he got murdered isn't... Obviously wasn't part of the plan, but... Everything leading up to him trying to get the traitor's identity... Like, it was a pretty good plan. I'm not gonna lie. We've had some good plans in this game. And by some, I mean... Nagito's plan in Chapter 1 was alright, especially considering that he kind of intended to get caught. Like, that was a pretty good plan. And Teruto's, like, adoption of it was also pretty fluid, too. Then, of course, there was Gundam, who had a literally flawless plan, minus something out of his control. And, yeah, Nagito's now got this under his belt. So, Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. The problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Sonia's account. Now, Kane, what do you got? Oh, okay. Same thing. Time. Okay, Monokuma panels. A lot of tipped over Monokuma panels, and some of them are burnt. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... they should have been neatly put away. Yeah.
Maybe we're the ones who made this mess?
Huh?
Look, the tipped-over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason the panel's tipped over is...
When Akane shoved open the door, right? Ooh. Okay. So maybe then... I know I was talking about Rube Goldberg machines last episode. What was that at the beginning of this episode? No, it was last episode, right? If we pushed open the door, then in like a domino effect sort of thing, the panels fell over and like potentially knock over the lighter, meaning that it sets the curtain on fire, maybe? Or potentially, maybe it just like drops the panel on top of the lighter, lights that on fire, and of course the larger flame ignites the curtain as well. Maybe that's what happened?
Maybe? It's fine. I'll open it slowly.
No, that's not the problem.
Seriously, it'll be fine.
Those words kind of brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter, clatter, clatter.
Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
Yeah, cardboard stopped her from opening the door.
Oh, I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you I'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force.
What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Bam! Could it be... was that it?
And there's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over, starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other, in a straight line.
Aside from a couple of these guys. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
Isn't that clearly strange?
Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Yeah, I think my idea about them dominoing over makes sense. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. Oh man! Nagito, you got a nice pink iPod? Nano? Actually the Nano's little circle thingy was a lot bigger than the screen. So never mind. I guess it's more like an iPod Touch. But why is this here? It looks like that weird music was playing from there. Oh, it looks like that weird music was playing from there. You know, that music was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing. Actually, I think I was supposed to say that first line. It just said Hajime again. Hajime, you're stealing all our lines. Last episode, you stole some of Nagito's on the computer. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? Yeah, not a clue on that one. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there's still so many things I don't understand yet.
You look worried.
Yeah, I am.
At a time like this, it might be good for you to broaden your investigation range.
You mean, it's good to investigate other places as well. She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room, too. That seems most likely where that last Monokuma's going to be, then. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him.
I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating. Hey, you guys! Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas, too?
In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we have the same idea.
But is it safe? Won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here.
I guess you're right.
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas, we'd have to give up completely.
You don't really need to say that.
Hey,
Then it's okay if we leave this place.
It's okay! There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Well, I suppose I'll look at in the main factory, and then we'll end the episode. In the next episode, we might be able to cover all 3 areas. It depends how much is in there. I mean, there probably isn't going to be much at Nezumi Castle. Probably won't be too much at the military base, and I don't know about Nagito's room, but, you know, we will certainly check. Anyone in here? Oh, yes, hello, Sonia.
my.
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life.
Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into.
However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Yeah.
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here.
Huh? What does that mean?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it.
Hold on! If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it?
Either way, it is all gravy.
All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Enough already!
Stop! There's no bomb.
I'm trying to think of the phrase she's trying to think of. It's all gravy. Yeah, no, I can't think of it. It seems about on the tip of my tongue, but no.
Yeah, you'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is the soft weight of cotton.
You are right. Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
I wonder.
Well, we suspected the Octagon, right?
If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew! I feel relieved.
If the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. And one I have definitely not done before, wink. Let's try it!
Well, I mean, he's always been a robot, so I guess it wasn't a plushie, but
Did I say something I should not have said?
it's not your fault, don't worry about it. Yeah, he's already, done this a couple times. Why does this look like trousers to me? Wallace! Wallace, are you about to slide down from the ceiling and get some underwear? Wallace and Gromit references. The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside an enormous basket. But it looks like there aren't any clues here. Yeah, well, is there actually anything else in here? No, it doesn't look like it, aside from... yeah, computer, like the machines, yeah, and the truck. So laptop, that reminds me. And we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop.
Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly?
No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop. There might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. No, maybe I'm overthinking this. I mean, if we had someone who could get into it... Apparently the bombs that were being stuffed on this... Wait, did I not look at the machinery? Okay. Apparently the bombs that were being stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Well, great. There we go, manufacturing equipment. Oh, hey, it's actually stopped making Monokumas. I'm sure it's been like that for a while, but I just hadn't really clocked. There's an enormous machine, but it stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. Well, final thing to look at is break room. The break room is on the other side of this door. This is where we obtain the fire grenades. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue. Not even trash. Wait, really? Is that it? I guess there is literally nothing in here. Huh. Yeah, oh, wow, okay, there was almost literally nothing in here. I mean, we got Monokuma's account. I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna be, but, we got that. Yeah, well, I mean, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, so, I mean, I'll still end the episode here, but, I'm kind of at a loss for words. I don't really know what to say. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, where we investigate the military base, the castle, and Nagito's room, and hopefully find that last Monokuma in his room. Yeah. I'll see you guys then. And until then, goodbye.